Wow. I just learned about the Switzerland ski resort fire last night, and what a devastating tragedy. At a ski resort bar, a fire broke out that claimed the lives of 40 people, and over 100 have been injured. As of me making this video right now, those are the numbers that are reported, and it is just heartbreaking. And what made me want to talk about it is there's a lot of videos floating around of people that were filming the fire instead of prioritizing escaping it. So there's videos of people that were still actively partying while filming this fire. Like there's still music playing and everything, and people just not taking it seriously. They're busy filming it for social media. And I can't believe it. Social media has reached the point where it overrides people's basic survival instincts. To see people actively still partying as the entire building is being engulfed in a blazing inferno is unbelievable to me. There's multiple videos like this. So you can see tons of people's phones are out here. So you get like a whole 360-degree video of this fire building until it is completely out of control, which doesn't take long. That's how fire works. And then people panicking, scrambling to escape, but for some it was just way too late. 40 people died in this. It's fucking tragic. And I still just can't believe that people would be like filming and partying while something like this is happening instead of escaping or helping others to escape as well. Like maybe there were people that didn't know this was going on, and someone filming could have instead, let them know like, hey, we got to get the fuck out of here or something. It's so weird to me that we've reached a point where people would prioritize social media updates as opposed to their own life. You know what's a lot cooler than a few handful of likes on TikTok? Being alive. I urge anyone watching this to remember that at the end of the day, social media is not the most important thing in your life. Your life is the most important thing in your life. So anytime there's something like a fire going on, don't think of it as like a potential unique content opportunity. I feel like so much of the world has become incredibly geared towards like content brain 100% of the time, when it just shouldn't be that way. You should always be trying to prioritize your actual life as opposed to like your digital footprint and whatever you do online and all that kind of thing. It's just very, very sad to see this.
Celebration in the Swiss Alps shows the chaos as the deadly flames spread at a bar popular with young people and tourists. You can hear the screaming, people scrambling for the exit as the flames rip through the confined spaces of the bar Le Constellation. Swiss authorities say about 40 people were killed and more than 100 injured in the fire that began at 1:30 a.m. The cause of the blaze now under investigation.
It's extremely hard to watch that footage. It's gut-wrenching. Now, in the news segment, they mentioned that the cause of the fire was still under investigation. As of me making this now, it appears they have a lead on it. They believe that sparklers were what caused it. The sparklers appeared to have led to what is referred to as a flashover incident where the fire spread very rapidly. Investigators would assess soundproofing foam used in the ceiling and whether anyone needs to be held criminally liable for the fire. The sparklers they're referring to are champagne bottle sparklers. Now, I've seen this picture floating around, which seems legitimate, but in the age of AI, I can never really be sure anymore. But I've seen this in quite a few different places, including actual publications. But even still, I always take everything with a whiff of uncertainty because, again, it could be, phony baloney AI. But in that picture, the soundproofing, the foam on the ceiling, that does match what appears to be catching on fire in the videos that were filmed. So, regardless, it seems like it was the champagne bottle sparklers that started this incident, and it spread the fire very rapidly. It immediately reminded me of the 2003 Station nightclub fire, which killed 100 people, and the fire started in a very similar fashion where the acoustic foam paneling caught on fire during pyrotechnics. Here, the sparklers caught that foam on fire. Now, I believe the venue should be held liable. I do. Now, of course, I'm not a Switzerland authority, nor am I a fucking fire marshal or anything like that. I am a 5'6" homunculus layman. But I feel like if you are going to be selling champagne with sparklers on top, you probably also shouldn't have exposed, highly flammable foam paneling, where if a sparkler is raised a little too high, it can just cause all of it to ignite. That's clearly a huge problem and a big oversight to be combining these two things. It is a recipe for disaster. Now, I don't know if this was like the first year this bar did the sparklers and champagne thing or not, because if they were doing it previously, I'm surprised it wouldn't have happened sooner if the layout and the materials have stayed exactly the same. Like, that does seem to just be a glaring issue to have that there while also selling sparklers. But anyway, I saw in an article that one of the bar owners said that it's been inspected 3 times in 10 years and it passed the regulations. Again, I am a fucking idiot when it comes to this kind of thing, but that feels like a very little amount of inspection to be conducted over the course of a decade. I feel like, and keep in mind, I'm not the owner of an event space or anything, but I feel like in order to ensure the safety of patrons, you would want that to be inspected a little more often than 3 times in 10 years. A lot can change over the course of that period of time, so I just feel like in order to ensure due diligence and ensure materials are still up to code and everything's still, as it should be, I would have expected that to be a little bit higher. And I've seen people questioning, well, what are the regulations when it comes to this kind of thing there? Like, I haven't seen any reports on if there were, like, sufficient escapes, like maybe there weren't enough escape routes for people to exit in case of emergency. I haven't seen anything about that as of me making this video right now, so there's just a lot of question marks in the air. But based on the videos I have seen, it really feels like this venue will likely be held liable, at least in some sense, for the fire, because it doesn't make sense why they would even be doing these sparkling champagne bottles while having known flammable material on the ceiling. And it's not like the ceiling is like 50 feet high where it would never touch it or anything. You can reach it by holding the champagne bottle up a little higher than you normally would. Again, at least based on some of the videos I've seen. So, like there's a video of the guy hitting the roof or the ceiling that has fire breaking out on it, where you can see the paneling. He's hitting it while standing with his shirt. So you can easily reach that. So if you're selling sparklers, which can start fires, and you're surrounded by this not super high ceiling that is full of these flammable materials, that's a problem. So personally, I just can't imagine authorities coming back and being like, oh yeah, the venue's not at fault at all. This is actually, totally normal. Because it just doesn't feel like it should be. In that case, maybe we need to update the fire inspection protocol over there, because I don't think you should be mixing flammable foam paneling with fucking champagne sparklers. It's an absolute fucking disaster. And it's so tragic, man. It's just so fucking sad. 40 lives lost, over 100 people injured on what is supposed to be an extremely happy celebratory day. It's so fucking awful, man. Anyway, wishing the best for everyone affected, all families, everyone that survived it as well. Just terrible stuff. Truly awful stuff. That's really about it. So yeah.